Alright, so before I do anything, I know I'm late. I know this series came out like a year ago, but I've recently got back into it, and I've been enjoying it so much that I just, thought I'd better review the series, as it is no longer getting a season 2. Well done, NBC. But I'm going to get to that in a minute. So, better late than never. Alright, let's get into this. So, first of all, well done, NBC, you bunch of dickheads. You have taken away a good show that had decent acting and decent writing and decent stories, and you took that away. And when you took it away, if it was that bad, it would have got like no response. But you've got the main character from Arrow. Maybe he started the hashtag Save Constantine. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. It was like 5 months ago. But like, you seriously, what are you doing? Like, come on, you left the story open at the end. Bunch of dickheads, bloody do something. Anyway, it's not all bad, because Matt Ryan's Constantine is coming to Arrow, only for one time though, but I guess it's better than nothing. So let's begin by me showing you this clip of how awesome this show was. Let's do this, let's go.
Miss? This is not my problem. Bollocks. I'm addressing the entity inside. Hear my words! She did it.
So, that clip was taken from the pilot of Constantine, and the pilot was one of my favourite episodes out of the 13, I think there was. I just thought it was really good, and it introduced all the characters well, despite introducing a female leadish character, and then her getting basically scrapped like immediately, because the writers didn't feel she was right for the show. So, that was the only downfall, but they did introduce Zed right at the very end. So I thought the pilot was one of the greatest episodes from the series, and we haven't even got to the other 12 yet. Oh my god, Jesus, they should really do another one. Never gonna get over this. Not only that, but in the pilot there was also a huge Easter egg to the DC superhero Dr. Fate, where she said, "What's this?" and then Constantine's like, "You better put that down before it takes you for a spin." That's incredible. Constantine had free reign of all magical things in the DC universe, because I don't think the movies were going to do anything towards it, apart from Shazam, I think. I don't know. But either way, that was in the first episode. How bloody great was that? So, I'm going to get into the characters now. The characters were really well done. Throughout the entire short-lived season, as it was only 13 episodes, they managed to make John one of the most depressing characters in all of TV, living with the fact that he damned a girl to hell. And they still make him one of the greatest characters ever. They did so good with that. They did John Constantine perfect. They got his appearance right. His appearance is taken directly from the comics. It was just correct. So now, whenever I look at a hellblaizer or Constantine comic, and he's talking, I'm imagining him talking in Matt Ryan's voice, because I see Matt Ryan as Constantine now. Keanu Reeves did a movie, but I think Matt Ryan's the perfect Constantine, cast really well. So now we have Zed. I thought Zed was a great, I'm not even going to say sidekick, because she's at times she was more badass than Constantine himself. But I thought the arc with her, where her family wanted her back for some ritual where they were going to use her visions or whatever, and then they dropped that about halfway through, I think, which I'm perfectly fine with, because they needed to focus more on that Rising Darkness arc, and that was great. And then we got to the episode where her visions were actually caused by the tumour on her head, and after that, they just left it. Like, she's got a brain tumour on her head, and I think she's just going to live with it, I guess. But I was really happy with Zed. Thought she was great. She was funny. She was, almost... She obviously looked up to John, and I don't know if there was any... I don't know if she fancied him or not, But in the final episode, John gets jealous when he sees her kissing another guy, so there maybe was a thing between them. But we'll never know because we're not getting a second season. Well done, NBC. Well done. Never gonna stop. I hate you for life. I'm a listener. And here we have Chaz on the far right. I thought him as Constantine's long time friend was good, and in the pilot when he gets stabbed through the chest with that electric cable, and then he came back to life, I was kind of like, what? And then they explain that quite far into the season where he was in a fire, but Constantine cast a spell by accident while Constantine was drunk when he cast the spell on him, and because of this, Chaz absorbed the souls of 42 people, so he can die 42 times before he can actually die. And in the show, we see him die quite a lot. Like, he gets blown up by a grenade and then just comes back. I hope he's keeping count, because he could die one day thinking he'll come back, and then he will actually die because he's run out of, lives. So I thought they were really good on his character, and those two have a great history together. That was bloody great. And finally, we have Manny, the angel that would drop in unexpectedly to help John. But big bloody twist at the end, which I'll get to later. But besides that, Manny, good character. I love the episode where John grounded him in the body of somebody that Manny took control of. So Manny had to be almost human for a day, and then he got with that woman by accident. And I thought that was great. I thought that was a really funny episode. So good character, really well done with him. So the big bad of the season was supposed to be the demon that Constantine cast to help save Astra, but then the demon that he cast took her. So we didn't really see that at all. We saw him a little bit at the very start of the season, but that was it really, from there on in. And then we just got these sort of monsters. We got the vampire witch people who were the Brujeria or something like that, and they were supposed to be the big bad and behind the rising darkness, but they weren't. And then we got this guy, Papa Midnight, and I thought he was really good. He was an anti-hero, because the last time we saw him he was trying to kill John, but only because someone had placed a bounty on their head, on his head, where if he claimed it, Papa Midnight could rescue his sister, who he was talking to on his hotline to hell, as John put it. I thought he was really good, well acted. I thought he was a really good addition. And then we got the Angel from Hell. I thought it was a bloody great episode, and we need to see more stuff like that, but we won't. I'm not even going to go into having to go at NBC, because there's no point. So the big twist is that about 3/4 of the way through the season, John gets onto Papa Midnight's hotline to hell, and he gets Midnight to ask his sister, what is this rising darkness? And then the message that is sent back to John is it is somebody that he knows, and that it is somebody that's close to him that's going to lead the darkness and take over the world. Now, at first, I thought it was going to be Zed, because she looks an awful lot like the girl Astra that was taken to Hell. And I thought those two were the same people, and I thought it was going to get explained later on in the season, but it never was. So maybe they had that in store, but we'll never see it. And then it turns out it's been Manny this whole time, but I don't understand that, because I would have thought he'd have been caught by God or whatever. So I'm not sure. Maybe they had it really well explained out later on, but guess we'll never see it. So, bloody brilliant. So, out of 10, I'm going to give this season a 9, because there wasn't much that I wasn't happy with. Maybe some of the special effects could have improved, but nowadays special effects are being used really well. Arrow and the Flash have figured out how to use special effects in a cheap way, but also make them look really good. And I think that is basically what Supergirl is going off of as well when that series premieres. So, well done, Constantine. You're a bloody good show, and I hope the actors aren't disappointed with themselves, because they did fine. It was a stupid mistake that the network made. Constantine should be brought back, but I guess he's coming back for one episode in Arrow. But that's good, because then it means that it's in that universe. I mean, I always used to think that Constantine was in the universe when it was airing, but there was no nods or references to either Arrow or the Flash, but now we definitely know it's in that universe. So good on you, Constantine. Bloody, I'm going to watch you soon again. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe as well for more stuff like this. And I'm out of here.